and Kingdom Home.
Is this where the Jehovah's Witnesses meet?
It is.
Oh, well, I had a couple questions. I'd met some ladies at a cart, and they were inviting me to their meeting, and they said I could find the information on jw.org. And I was looking at the thing.
Can you give me just a second? Let me turn the sound off behind me, please, sir.
Yeah.
So, what comfort can we get? That should be better.
All right. Can you hear me now? Well, I was looking online, and they were telling me about the Christian Life and Ministry book. And I was looking at the August thing for today, and it's called "The Watchman's Heavy Responsibility." Is that the correct article?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I was reading through this and looking at some of this, and I kind of get some of the things they're talking about the preaching work that they do, going door to door and everything, and how to acquire boldness and everything, and how to work harder for this. Is they're trying to teach here?
Yes.
Okay, well, the thing I didn't understand, and maybe you can help me understand, because they were very adamant about they teach the Bible and what the Bible teaches, and it's because the article is called "The Watchman's Heavy Responsibility." Do witnesses view themselves as watchmen, like watching out for?
Well, we believe there in like Matthew 24:15 through 21 that we can see that Jesus spoke about.
Okay, so
that would happen before the end of this old system of things.
Right, because one of the questions on here says, "What message from Jehovah do we proclaim today?" So I'm assuming that you give out. So a lot of them are about Armageddon and stuff. So that's like the message you proclaim. So y'all are kind of like the watchmen for the coming of Armageddon. Is that kind of what that means?
That's correct.
Okay, well, I just had a question from the Bible, because I kind of studied the Bible a good bit, and I just wondered what Jehovah's Witnesses would think about the scripture, or how they would explain this, because it says the watchman's heavy responsibility, but in Matthew 11, do you have a Bible, or would you like me to read it to you?
Go ahead and read it to me. I'm phone real quick without one.
Okay. This is Jesus speaking. He says, "Come to me, all you who are toiling and loaded down, and I will refresh you. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am mild-tempered and lowly in heart, and you will find refreshment for yourselves. For my yoke is kindly and my load is light." So, I mean, I kind of can't understand how they can call this article "The Watchman's Heavy Responsibility." Like, Jesus clearly says that his load is light, to come to him for comfort, and I mean, he is the way and the salvation. So I was just needing some clarification.
If you look there at what Jesus taught, he said they were skinned and thrown about like sheep without a shepherd. Mm-hmm. We also see that many religions now teach things opposite of what the Bible has in it. Right. So when we share the truth with them, that fulfills that scripture that you just read. Well, when an individual learns the truth, for instance, about death, about the future, then it does lighten their load.
Well, the thing, I was watching a video on here earlier, and this kind of reinforces my point. The video was about, I guess, a member of your congregation who had lost his privileges to do the door-to-door stuff. Encouraged about it, and there was another person trying to encourage him about it or something, and then it switched to the scene of an older lady who was in a doctor's office, and he was giving her some bad news about her health, and saying that they were going to be able to fix it, but she was going to have to work on it, and she was worried about that she wasn't going to be able to do her preaching stuff, and she said that she would sacrifice to keep her vows to Jehovah, to pay her vows to Jehovah, because Jehovah is her salvation. And I mean, I couldn't understand that. Like, if this lady has serious medical problems, why should she feel guilty about, like, and it was showing her standing like at a cart, kind of like what I seen the witnesses at.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, this lady was probably in her upper 60s, and I can't imagine them asking her to go do this, especially if her health didn't permit. And it just seemed like it was really kind of sad, actually. But when she said that, like, there were several scriptures that came to mind about that, because she said she had to sacrifice, like sacrifice her health to do this thing. But in Matthew 9:13, Jesus said, "Go then and learn what this means. I want mercy, not sacrifice. For I came to call not righteous people, but sinners." And so I didn't understand why this lady feels the need to, like, you get what I'm saying here?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, sir. I've got a part coming up for this meeting that we're. Right. Let me give the phone over to another brother, and right. he can help you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, what can we do for you?
Well, I was asking them about a few scriptures. As I'd watched a video on your jw.org, and I didn't understand a few things. I was explaining to him the story of this sister who was an older sister who went to a doctor, and he was telling her how she was having health problems, she was going to have to work out, and she was worried that she wasn't going to be able to go do the preaching anymore. And she had mentioned about how she was going to sacrifice to keep her vows to Jehovah.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this video?
I think so. Where are you located at?
Actually, I'm located in Texas.
Okay. The best thing for us to do would be to get your address or some way so we could meet with you.
To just answer some Bible questions real quick. I mean, I just have 3 scriptures to share with you real quick.
Okay, I have a little difficulty hearing you.
Okay, I just had some scriptures to share with you. Do you by chance have something you can write this down?
Okay.
Okay, it's Matthew 5:37, Matthew 9:13.
Okay, just a minute. Matthew 5:33 to 37.
Yes. 9:13.
Okay.
And Acts chapter 4, verses 10 through 12.
4:10 through 12.
And that video I'm telling you about, if you could look at that and then look at these scriptures and try to come to an understanding of that, I would really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate your time, sir. You have a good evening.
I didn't hear you there.
I said I appreciate your time. Have a good evening.
Okay, now, so what am I supposed to do with these scriptures for you?
Actually, they're for you. Actually, if you can watch that video and then read these scriptures, I think they can help you.
Okay.
I appreciate it, and have a good day.
All right, you too.
Well, what does that mean?
It may be manageable, but long-term, given your other conditions, you're looking at possible...
Manageable? Long-term? Oh, Jehovah, how can I do this by myself? But as for me, with the voice of thanksgiving, I will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will pay. Salvation is from Jehovah. As long as I still can, I'll keep sacrificing to God. Salvation is from Jehovah.